chat up, set up. There we go. Sweet live chat. Ninja Man, you made it. Well done, sir. Right, let's go to the top of the shop. Here we have Prometheus Pockets. I love you. Right, how is everybody doing? Now, before we get stuck into everything, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you if it's okay if the audio and visual are good. If so, that'd be wicked this end, okay? Andrew Christopher, hi mate. So I can't really get going until I'll get the confirmation from you guys if everything's okay. All okay? Margaret, thank you very much indeed. And Faye, nice one, sweetie. I love you very much. It's all good. Right, I've got some gadgets here. So let's see if I can make it brighter. Whew. That's not too bad, is it? Right, so that looks like we're all set. So thank you very much, all 54 of you so far in the chat. That's really, really cool. Let's just go through some of this stuff on here. Yeah, all looking good. Brilliant. Right, let me see. Right, you might have noticed that underneath this video, and indeed, I've pinned the comment. Yes, I've realised how to do it now. I'll pin the comment on the top, and going back to last week's live stream, we've done a sort of a thing to help the Gurkhas, and we're just short of that, so we still need some more money, okay? Not too much, but it is going to need it to get up to that £1,000 mark. So if any of you guys are watching on a replay, you can still donate, okay? There'll be a link underneath the video with the PayPal email address, okay? Don't forget to use friends and family as well. So all of the donations on PayPal, as you know, go 100% straight, no cutouts or anything like that. There is a bit of a deduction from the super chats, unfortunately. We can't do nothing about that. But you guys have got a choice. And you know my opinion, options are always good. So let's say hello to a few people who come in early. Prometheus Pockets, obviously. Who's that? Gurkha Shadow Man. Darren Sadler. Hello, mate. One of the guys in our survival courses. Good to see you, mate. Little Red Hen. Hi, everybody. Long John. Prepper Granny. You made it. Well done. If any of you guys want to learn some really good information on Instagram, Prepper Granny is amazing. So thank you so much indeed for coming along. That's awesome. There's going to be a lot of people in the chat already. We've got 107 people in there, and we've only been going for 5 minutes. So it just goes to show how popular this little movement thing is growing. And look at that. Don't tread on me. A shout out to all our American brothers and sisters out there who are going through hell right now. So big shout out to you, American guys. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, some of you don't know, just quickly. It was a debate whether or not I was going to do the live stream tonight on my knees, okay? So, yeah, some of you don't know, I had some proper dental surgery yesterday, and I've had stitches put up there. So, yeah, I'm a little bit spaced out at the moment, so we're going to try, okay? I've had no coffee for a couple of days. It's been mental. So, let's carry on. Polar Red, Stinkers Bridge, Long John, Joe Gould. Lovely to see you in the chat. That's awesome. Let me see. Also, Joe, she's still looking to find people in the area where she lives, West Midlands. So anyone in the chat, especially if you're watching from a replay, can you put it in the comments underneath, and I'll get her to come along and check over the next couple of days, maybe over the week, all right? She really needs to hook up with other preppers. So I don't want to waffle on saying hello to everyone. We got some stuff to go through like you would not believe. Now, can you remember what we talked about in the last week's live stream? And so much has happened in just 7 days. Absolutely unbelievable. And it absolutely is crazy. Okay. So let's start with CERN. Now, a lot of you know what CERN is and where it is, but some of you who don't know what CERN is and where it is, it's on the border between Switzerland and France. And I don't know, it's 20 odd kilometers, a great big ring underground. And they just accelerate all these particles really fast, and they smash into each other, and they study what happens. There's all sorts of theories about what it actually does behind the scenes, etc. So that is a whole new show talking just about that. But it was turned on after 3 years of it being absent, should we say? Okay. Now, when they turned it on, lots of weird things happened. Okay. Um, Pretty much the next day, all right. Basically, we've got no prime minister and over 60, yes, 60 members of parliament resigned. Okay. That is unheard of in the history of the United Kingdom. Never have we seen anything drop so fast, so quick. Okay. So yeah, as far as I'm aware, the country is still running its crooked self, as it were, with these horrible people in charge. Well, they think they're in charge, but they're not. But a lot of people believe they are. Trust me, they're not in charge. Okay, most of you guys are aware of this anyway. So yeah, that was an absolute bonkers thing. No one really saw that coming, but it has happened. We've got no government in a sense. Okay. Have any of you guys heard of the Georgia Guidestones? Most of you, I would imagine, have heard. Welsh girl, hi, just seen you in the chat. Yeah, the Georgia Guidestones. Now, from what I remember, it was late 70s, 79, I think it was, and they weren't actually unveiled with the carvings on the stones until 1980, I think it was, or thereabouts. Okay. It was set up by a person, a pseudonym called R.C. Christian. Take of that what you will. And it's set out basically like 10 commandments, as it were. Now, I think it was written in 8 different languages. And the top one, which if you're new to this, right, and you don't know what the Georgia Guidestones are, do a little bit of online research, okay? It's all over the internet. It won't take you long to find out what it is and what it actually said, because they've actually been destroyed, okay? Now, there's all sorts of stuff flying around online at the moment. Was it a DEW, which is a direct energy weapon from above, possibly? There was some footage of some guy apparently laying the charge and zooming off in a car. That's debatable, to be honest. There's a lot of deep fake going on. If you don't know what deep fake is, do some research. So yeah, one of the slabs, there was 4 of them, got totally destroyed. The other 3 were still standing, but I think they've taken it down due to safety reasons. Okay, so take of that what you will. There was no investigation. It was all done really quickly. Very, very strange. Okay. Now, the Georgia Guidestones, there's supposed to be like a special time capsule buried underneath in the central point of it. And not only that, these are perfectly aligned with the constellations. Okay. So, it's not some freak occurrence, and the date that they was erected and all the rest of it, there's a lot of numerology going into that. It's a very bonkers thing. So, yeah, the top one, like I said, was maintain humanity under 500 million people in perpetual motion or perpetual with the earth, something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's along those lines, okay? And there's lots of don't do this, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, that actually happened. It's gone. So the Georgia Guidestones are gone. The UK government's gone. The stock market's been absolutely crazy, up and down all week. Also, the Japanese Prime Minister has been assassinated. He's gone. His brown bread is browners. Okay, I think he got shot in the neck and shot in the back. Issues with his heart. They've done everything. They couldn't save him. He's gone. So lots of weird things have been happening. All right. If any of you guys don't know what's been going on in Holland or the Netherlands, have a good look around, because I don't think much mainstream media are covering this at all. And I think it's laughable, really. It's pretty impossible not to cover it, because it's so prevalent and it's so huge what's going on in Holland right now. We're talking thousands, yes, not hundreds, but thousands of farmers have taken to the streets, doing blockades. Lots of other members of the public are joining in, protesting about fuel. Not only that, is about the about growing cattle, looking after cattle, creating beef. They apparently said, no, we can't do it no more, in line with the carbon credits and stuff that's coming down the road. That's again, it's Agenda 2030. If you don't know what Agenda 2030 is, have a look at United Nations website, and it'll all be on there, and it'll all be explained. Okay, so the long and the short is, they're pretty much saying that climate change is all down to us human beings, based on how we live. The climate's in absolute crisis. It's all our fault. It's nothing to do with the sun or previous cycles, because this has happened hundreds and hundreds of times throughout Earth's history. Okay, whether we're here or not, it always happens. So they've created this idea where it's our fault, and you know, in order to correct all this, we've got to cut all of these emissions and all this carbon and blah blah blah. One of the things was basically banning meat. No one's going to be allowed to eat meat after 2030, and it's starting now. They're doing everything they can to attack the food supply and anything meat orientated. So you're looking at the whole thing. So you're looking chicken, pork, beef, turkey, the whole thing. Okay. So when you look at all of these diseases, if you want to call it diseases, created, should we say? So you look at swine flu. Okay, so that's pigs. Avian flu, that's all birds. And you've got mad cow disease. Okay, so it's beef. And you've got all of the ticks to do with the sheep and the lambs. Okay, so basically they don't want anyone eating meat very shortly. Okay, so they're trying everything they can to blame it on the environment, and it's our fault that this is happening. In my opinion, and I'm sure a lot of you guys agree, it's all complete BS. Whether we're here or not, the climate's going to do what it's due. And if you don't know what the grand solar minimum is, you want to check that out, okay? Because that is absolutely real, and no one in the mainstream is reporting on this. All right. Hi, Gunnar. So yeah, it's been a crazy old week. What's going on? Before I come on live, I checked the prices. Silver is currently $19.23 an ounce. Gold is hovering around $1,741 an ounce. Bitcoin's dropped right down to 21,000. And crude is 104.9, so it's above that magic $100 a barrel. Okay. Over here where I live in mid Wales, the diesel has pretty much been the same as what it was last week, so there's no change. So it's £1.96 to £1.99.9 per litre of diesel. Okay, so what we want to do now is find out where you guys are and what the fuel prices are where you are. If you can put that in the chat, that'd be awesome. But before you do, if you haven't done so already, can you hit the thumbs up? Because the more people that hit the thumbs up, the more people get to see this video and to get to see all of your comments on the replay in the chat. Okay, so if you want lots of people after this live stream is finished to read through all of your comments and what you're saying, if you hit the thumbs up, it really makes sure that actually happens. Okay. And of course, not only that, we want as many people, especially here in the UK, to watch this video, to go through the chat. And I'm hoping that over some point, they'll have a much better grip, handle, idea of what is actually going on here in this crazy country. And trust me, the UK is not the craziest country. The whole world is crazy right now. Okay. So let me just wait for you guys to type in the fuel prices of where you are. Oh, I'll tell you what, these really do space you out a bit, you know. Okay, so we're going to switch on over. Apologies for me looking away from the camera. I'm just going through. Wow, look at this. There's 164 people in the chat already. So thanks ever so much for you guys for coming along. Okay, let me see. Diesel price in Northern Ireland is 195-ish. Ipswich diesel was 1.99 to £2.1, well, £2.2. Oh look, in America it's $4.64 a gallon in Missouri. Let's see who else is there. St Albans 192. Diesel's 199. Hull 195. It's pretty much looking the same all over the UK at the moment, by what you guys are telling me. Diesel 199. £2. What's this? Oh, hold on. Capital letters. If anyone wants me to read something quick, if you put in capital letters, I can see it because the chat's gone bonkers. Run to the woods. Funky chainsaw. Transportation needed. Oh, wow. I had a really good, and forgive me, bro, because I was literally on my way to work and I couldn't really spend much time chatting back, but I really do appreciate what you're doing as regards to chainsaw. A good friend of mine, he gives me a heads up on emails and stuff, and he come to one of our survival courses. a great supporter of his channel. He's actually found the chainsaw, he's reconditioned it, got it running sweet as a nut. But I think the issue is he needs to get it to me. I believe he's over on the southeast of the UK and I'm up in mid Wales. So this is where community comes in again. If anyone is going to be traveling anywhere between the southeast to Wales over the next week or so, if you can pop in and bring it up and drop it in the bug out shop, that'd be absolutely awesome. Otherwise, we're going to have to figure out a way to put it in a box, take it to the post office. So you can imagine chainsaws are big and heavy, and also with fuel, etc. You know, all of the city rules and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, awesome. Thanks for that, dude. Right, let me just hit back onto... I lost my way a little bit. Bloody hell, there's a lot of you in there. Right, I'm trying to find out where the... Do you know what? I wish the chat had a little tiny arrow I can click on rather than using the mouse wheel, because you touch it once and it goes past about 20 comments. Right, here we are. I think we're getting nearer to it. Right, here we are. Reality check. Mate working in Russia. 49 rubles a litre. That's about 80 pence. Wow, the Russians are doing well. 193 in Essex. Thank you, Rooster Neck. Somerset 198. Let me see. Australia, $8.90 a gallon. Damn. Well, Australia dollars, I think that's a bit less than US dollars, I believe. £2 a litre in Weybridge. Blah, 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 blah. Let me see. I've done it again. I touched it and it went past about 8 comments. Wow. So yeah, it's looking pretty much that the fuel prices have stabilized across the UK, which is good. Germany, oh, look at that. It's at €2.10. Unleaded is €2 dead. Nicky Y, 187.7 is the cheapest there near Chippenham. No way, you paying underneath, wow, £1.87 a litre. That is cheap. And that is scary to say that that sort of amount of money is cheap. So yeah, absolutely. Weapon collector. All right, mate. All right. Listen, I forgot last week. I do apologise, but usually I do this live streams to about 9:30, something like that. So a good hour and a half. Okay. So if any of you guys want to follow me in another chat, I'll be heading over to Mike, which is Weapon Collector. That's going to be straight after this live stream ends. Okay. So give me about 10-15 minutes and then I'll be heading over to Mike. So what I tend to do is when I get some super chat money from you guys, I'll go on to his and give him some of that as well. So I'm spreading that. But I said last week it couldn't be done because of the Gurkhas. So if any of you guys want to super chat any money towards the Gurkha fund, that's absolutely awesome. It's all set up and ready for that. Of course, you don't have to, but if you want to, you absolutely can. Okay. Right, let me see. The cheapest is around 191. Wow. Huddersfield 196. So yeah, it is pretty much looking about the same as what it was, which is a bit strange because I would assume it would just keep going up. So we're grateful that it's stabilized, to be honest. So let me see. In other news, I plan to do an overnight camp with Lee at the bug out sometime over next week, maybe next weekend. And that's going to be put up on YouTube. Absolutely can't wait, especially when you check the weather. I don't know what the weather's like where you guys are, but I'll tell you what, it's been absolutely beautiful today. I took yesterday off because of the surgery I had in my mouth, and there's no way I could have been stood up working all day with all of that stuff going on. So yesterday was a nice day. Today was a nice day. Yes, I've been stuck at work, so I didn't really see much of it, but driving home, wow. And the forecast for the weekend's looking bloody gorgeous too. So yeah. Oh, damn. We've had a power cut. Gee whiz. Oh, sorry about that. We just had a power cut. Wow. Can you still hear me? Can you still blah, blah, blah? What I do? That was freaky. Maybe they know where I live and they cut the power. Yeah. Did you see all the lights go funny and everything? It's all back up and running. Good. Right. I'm just waiting for the laptop to power up so I can see all of the chat better. Because honestly, if I'm looking at the chat on my phone, it just goes shh. It's just a blur. Right. Let me just encryption on. Check. Right. Right, let's do that again. Encryption. Ah, damn it. Right, we should be back on. How weird was that? It's strange, really, because there's no weather problems. Restore pages. Yes, please. So everything should be up and running. Yeah. We survived the power cut live stream. How mad is that? Right. I'm just going to see if all this works. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, believe it or not, yeah, we just had a power cut. So if anyone can hit the thumbs up if you haven't done so already. Oh, excuse me. Just currying. It's a bit of a Coronation Street, a bit of a repeat going on. So yeah, good to see Eddie in the house. Hi, dude. We got some emails to go through, and I read yours earlier, mate. So yeah, if incidentally, excuse me, if anyone wants to send an email, okay, you can, right? Because we're going to be having probably another 10-15 minutes, then we're going to be going through all of your emails, and there's been lots this week. So it's still not too late. If you want to email, that's absolutely fine. Okay. The email address is, if I pin, will it delete the one I've done already? I don't know. But the email address is funkyintel@outlook.co.uk, I believe. Okay, so if you want to send an email, that will get through nice and fine. There you go. Grand solar minimum. Absolutely right. It's nothing to do with us. And not just mine, but a lot of people in mainstream science are saying it now too. So loud and clear. Thanks, Faye. It's all good. We're back in the room. Poltergeist, laugh out loud. I'd love to watch the replay to see my reaction when all of a sudden the power just went. But luckily, my phone has got its own like power source. So that's cool, isn't it? Right, so where did we get to? Yeah, we're going to be doing an overnight camp as well. So that is going to be awesome. So I can't wait to get that done and to get a video uploaded for you guys to see. So yeah, basically the common theme is to keep on prepping food, okay? Because it's not just food, it's off-grid heating as well. Because I believe, and I'm not alone in saying this, I believe that this is going to be a seriously harsh winter. And that could be deemed, when we look back at this video in the wintertime, that is a huge, huge understatement, okay? I don't want to be a fearmonger or whatever. In the same token, I don't want everyone in their heads in the sands, because what tends to happen if you've got your head buried in the sand and bad things happen. Oi, Scott, good to see you, mate. Those people don't fare too well, because it's so much of a shock, a big change without any sort of heads up. And a lot of people go mad. Okay, seriously mad. They did in the Depression. Absolutely bonkers what happened back then. So yeah, we're just going through the notes. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, apparently also there was 100,000 flights cancelled recently. Okay, all over the place. And also there's been a report as well of a lot of pilots actually dying of heart-related issues. Now, I'm not going to mention the you know what, but yeah, that's happened in soccer, football. A lot of young football players, you know, absolutely fit as fiddles, they're all dropping down dead. Not all of them, but lots of them. Okay, and it's just unheard of. And yep, every single one of them has had, you know what, okay, including all of the pilots, you know what. So a coincidence? Maybe not. Maybe not. So yeah, the food prices now. I've been shared a few posts online, and one of them was over £9 for a 1 kilo tub of Lurpak, which, if you don't know what Lurpak is, in the UK, it's not butter, it's not margarine, it's sort of in between. So it's just butter with lots of blended oils and a few chemical things to stop it going off, because butter doesn't last long. That's the worst thing about butter, okay? You buy a lovely block, you keep it in the fridge, you open it, start using it. If you don't use it within 3 or 4 days, it starts going rancid and it stinks. So the other benefit of, you know, margarine and that sort of spread, it lasts a lot longer, but it's not good for you. All right, so decisions to be made there. I did see that it was £7 a kilo. So if anyone can say in the chat if they've noticed anything bonkers in the supermarkets. Okay. How much have been raised for the Gurkhas? Oh my, I think it's about 940, I think, something like that. But the issue is because some of that was super chat money, I believe 40% of that gets deducted. So it's probably less than that. So we're looking probably just under £100 to raise. All right. So if anyone wants to send them a PayPal, the email address is under this video and indeed pinned in the top comment. Okay. All of that money goes straight to the Gurkhas. Okay. That's the best thing about it. It doesn't go to no fancy CO and all the rest of it. So if you want to do that would be awesome. So there's super chat as well if you really want to donate super chat way or PayPal. It's entirely up to you. But like I said, as soon as we get that up to £1,000, I'll do an announcement. Stop, no more donations, and then we'll be good to go. I'll wait for all of that money to clear. Should be by the end of this month, and then all of that is going to get wired through to the Gurkhas. Okay, so that's the latest on that, which is awesome. Not to mention just the butter and the Lurpak, but has anyone seen security tags on cheese? I've seen some pictures online, and since I've been seeing these pictures, I haven't actually been to the supermarket store myself. I do a lot of my shopping on Saturday, sometimes on Sunday, so I won't know until the weekend, okay, with my own eyes. But if any of you guys have actually seen anything with your own eyes, not whatever you've seen online, because some of it could be faked, we want to know the truth. And so if any of you guys have actually seen some mad food increases where you are, can you let me know what's been going up, where you are, and roughly how much the prices were and how much they are now, or even just what the prices are now? Okay. I've seen security seals on steak in Tesco. Yeah, they've been on there for about 3 years now. But when we're talking cheese, that's insane, because cheese is historically quite cheap, really. But it has been going up over the years, I guess, like everything else. Let me say, Darren Sadler, hi mate, again, in Lidl in Cromer, wherever Cromer is, southeast, I guess, is struggling with stock and prices are high. Prepper Granny, now, like I said, Prepper Granny on Instagram is awesome to see, because there's so much information there about what's been going on with the food. No canned butter available in the UK. No freeze-dried butter powder either. Wow, do you know what? The only place that I can remember getting butter in tins was New Zealand or Australia. I think it was one of them two countries. And you had to get it mail order. You can imagine how much that cost. And that's great, because that was staying in a tin for years, all right? So, wow, that's a bit of a shock. Let me see what else is going up. Right, capital letters, Paddy Bob. If anyone wants anything read out, put it in capital letters or the super chat, because they really stand out. Okay, there's no way they can get missed. The German government have been saying that the German government have been saying that our home heating gas bill is going to go up by €100 a month. Glad I've got a wood burning stove. Bloody hell. I do, like I said in previous live streams, I've been warning people about this. You need to invest whatever you feel you need in off-grid heating, okay? Whether it's going to do you through the whole winter, or it's going to subsidize the energy bills that you're going to be paying, okay? Obviously, the less energy that you use, the less money you're going to pay. So if you can offset that by getting gas bottle heaters, paraffin heaters, that sort of thing, or even strongly consider getting a wood burning stove installed, okay? Because you save a fortune, especially if you can get your own firewood, okay? So that was one of my plans, to get a chainsaw. That's actually coming true. I just need to get it all the way to Wales. So yeah, what we got here? Lurpak, £6 at Asda. Blimey. Do you know why? The nearest Asda to me is down... Oh, Kenneth, thanks for the donation, sir. We're off and running. There you go. £4.50 straight to the Gurkhas. Wicked. Thanks very much for your donation, sir. I hope others follow suit and start putting their hands in their pockets. That would really help them, I'll tell you, because, yeah, like I was saying, Asda, the nearest one to me is Merthyr Tydfil. And Merthyr Tydfil, from where I live, it's, oh, God, It's about a 3-hour round trip. Okay, so it is just not worth me going all the way down to Merthyr Tydfil to go to Asda and come all the way back. And I can't get it delivered here as well because I'm out in the sticks. They won't come out here. And I probably could get it delivered to the shop, but I don't know. It's something I might have to look into. But yeah, £6 at Asda. Wow, that's insane. Oh, thanks, Faye, for putting the comment up there. Donations for the Gurkhas. Wicked. Yeah, because the more the money we get, the quicker I can end this, and they'll be getting that money because they really need help. Okay. Let me see what's going on here. Margarine is basically plastic. Wow. Norwegian gas workers on strike. EU gas reserves are at all-time low, and Russia isn't offering to pump. Now, the thing is, this is a misconception, okay, which a lot of people are getting confused. The reason why Russia is not selling energy to anyone is because the countries that in question, they refuse to pay Russia in rubles. Okay. Now, Russia wants money for their energy in rubles because they have been heavily sanctionized, if that's the word. They've been sanctioned by most of the countries all around the globe. Okay. So basically, any money that goes into Russia, which is dollars, sterling, or euro, will immediately get confiscated. They won't get any of that. So that's why they're actually asking for rubles. Okay, so all the countries got to do if they want energy is to say, can we have extra amount of gas or whatever, give them rubles and they'll get it. So it's not Russia saying, no, you're not getting any energy. That's complete BS. That's mainstream nonsense. Don't believe all that stuff. All it is countries refusing to pay in rubles. So, you know, if like that pride thing gets in the way of your own citizens in your own country, then in my opinion, that government of that country is worthy to be overthrown by its citizens. Okay. Someone actually said for me as Prime Minister, blimey, there's a vacancy. Oh man, imagine that as Prime Minister. Blimey. I set a few things straight, I'll tell you that. That's expensive butter. Right, let me see. Let's read through the messages here. The second largest producer of food in the world is the Netherlands. I don't know if that's true. Let me see. Agreed. A killer winter globally on every level. I feel it. Yeah, you and me both, my love. I tell you, it's going to be. I can't really put into words how bad this winter's going to be. All right. Well, I'm not spreading fear. I'm not spreading doom and gloom. Okay. From what I've researched and with the following that I've got and the people that I'm in contact with around the world, this winter is going to be hell. Okay. And I can't really say it any other way. It's going to be really bad. So you need to make sure you've got as much food as you can get into your house or whatever. Okay. And you want to get as much things into your home to keep you warm. If you can't or won't or whatever get off-grid heating systems, you need to get warm clothing, you need to get blankets, you need to get sleeping bags, candles. Even candles work, okay, believe it or not. For a laugh, I think it was Halloween years ago, I lit about 60 candles in the front room, and within 20 minutes the temperature in that room is amazing. You wouldn't believe it. Okay, and that's just by little tea lights. So yeah, if you're lucky enough to get like a big bulk buy of like candles and stuff, that'll absolutely go towards keeping you warm. Okay. Hot water bottles. Now, if any of you young guys and girls don't know what hot water bottles are, they're basically just like a big rubber flat bottle. You open the top, you boil the kettle, you pour the water in, you squeeze all the air out, you put the lid on, and you put something over it so it doesn't burn you. Okay. Anything, a t-shirt, a jumper. You can even get hot water bottle covers. You can knit one if you're a girl and you like knitting, or if you're a boy if you like knitting. Make one of those, and trust me, stick that in your bed about half an hour before you get in there. Move it around, and it will make that ice cold, freezing, horrible bed into a nice warm place to settle down to sleep. Okay, hot water bowls, absolute legend. Aladdin lamps, that's another thing. I'm a big, massive fan of the old hurricane lamps. Okay. Not the ones that you've got to put petrol in and pump it and all that rubbish. I'm just on about a basic lamp, okay, with a wick in there and you put paraffin in there, and you just light it, adjust the wick, and then you've got light and heat. Okay. If you don't know about how to use these, my advice is anything paraffin related, take it outside of your house, light it, give it about a minute, then bring it in. Okay, that will stop any smell and fumes in your house. And like I keep saying, if you are going to go down the road of having flames in your home, so we're talking gas bottle heaters, we're talking paraffin heaters, we're talking an open fire, and we're talking candles. Okay, you need a carbon monoxide detector. Okay, they last for about 10 years. They're usually around 10 quid. Go on eBay, get one, and whatever room that you're in that you're using this heat with the naked flame, stick it in there. Okay, because what happens is if you've got all of the windows and doors shut, you've got naked flames in there, that flame is feeding off all of the oxygen in that room. All right, and what could happen over time, the oxygen levels get really, really, really low in that room. And guess what? We need oxygen to breathe and live. If you don't have it, you've had it. All right. So, carbon monoxide detector, absolutely must get if you're going down the road of using naked flames. Don't forget to like the stream. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate that, mate. Yeah, if everyone can give a thumbs up, that's really cool. We got 201 people in the chat. That's excellent. There you go. Ventilation. Yeah, that's absolutely important. Now, what I tend to do is just open the window. I only need it about an inch just to get some feed of oxygen. Okay, you haven't got to open it right up because it defeats the whole object of heating you. All right. Let me see. Think cooling could be an issue this summer. Fans and frozen blocks of loaf of aircon. Yeah, that's a good trick. We've done that a few years on the trot now. Basically, you get a fan, it's running, you get some ice blocks, and what you do is you put it on the side of the fan, which is sucking the air in, okay? And that will just blow the cool air around the house and it cools you down, okay? That's really, really good. Let me see. It's a large fan, and this shit is just hitting it. Oh, that's good. I might make a t-shirt out of that one, mate. That's a good one. I like that. Right. So let me see. What's this, Ninja Man? I have two, two of them in my house. Yeah, absolutely, man. You need to find ways of keeping warm. Okay. Most of us have got loads of food. There's going to be issues with food shortages. Okay, so i.e., there's not going to be much food available. So that means it's supply demand. So what food is not available or in small demand, the prices will go high. And that's going to be probably across all foods. Okay, it's business. People get greedy, and it's happened again, and it's going to carry on happening. Okay, a few people will put their prices up on end products, and someone else would sell other food products, nothing to do with them, and they think, well, everyone's putting their prices up, so will I, and everyone will put their prices up, and it'd be getting very expensive. In fact, going off on a tangent slightly, the housing market. Now, if you've been following the stock market like I have, there's a big crash coming down the road. Okay, so house valuations are going to stagnate, and then they're going to drop like a stone. Because what tends to happen is people are trying to sell their house. Just say, for argument's sake, you've got 3 houses on the street. One of them's 310,000, one of them's 300,000, and one of them's 190,000. Okay. The one who's got the house is valued at 300,000. It's been there for a couple of weeks. Nothing's happening. He's desperate to sell. He doesn't care. He drops his valuation to 180,000. Okay, and his house sells. The two other people, okay, 190 and 310, they want to move. Wow, someone's just sold their house for 180. So they're going to put theirs on the market for 180, 175. That will sell. And the one at 310, I need to move, and he drops it down even lower. And before you know it, everyone in that region who are wanting to sell will lower their prices, and it gets lower and lower and lower. That at some point, nationwide, will become the nationwide average, and it will just get lower and lower. And all of a sudden, people's houses, they're in negative equity. They're going to be in big trouble. People have still got massive amounts of mortgages to pay. You know, it's going to be a big, big issue. So I can actually foresee that coming. So yes, what was I talking about? I just went off on a tangent there, like I said. So yeah, heating your home. Um, One thing that I'm going to be doing very soon, okay, now I advise people to do this sooner rather than later, is going to be insulating your home. Okay, as many of you know, I live in a very rural, remote location on a mountain in Wales, and it's a very, very old, solid stone cottage. The walls they're easily 2 foot, 2.5 foot thick. Okay, we've got a great big inglenook of a huge wood burning stove there to keep us warm, and also back boiler, so it does the radiators to warm the house. The issue that we have, even though I would say 90% of the house has got brand new windows, when you close them, you can still feel a little bit of a draft. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is getting some strips, insulation strips, to go around every single window in the house until I feel no draft. The biggest culprit is the front door. Okay, you've got a big stable doors, which is two doors that open like this. Okay, there's I can see it now. There's big gaps all the way around it, so that needs to be sealed. So do this before winter time, because what's going to happen is people are going to realise that the energy prices are very expensive come winter time, and they're going to realise I'm going to need to keep as much heat into my house as I possibly can. So the best way to do that, like I just suggested, is to seal all of the gaps around your doors and windows. Okay. So what do you think is going to happen if people don't do anything now, but they wait until the last minute and they start buying it all at the same time as everyone else? You'll go on eBay and outstock, 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 because all of a sudden everyone's buying it. Okay. So you want to do that sort of thing now. It's the same sort of thing, right? If you want a really good quality winter sleeping bag, don't buy it in winter, buy it in summer. This is the same mind concept, okay? Stuff that you're going to need in the winter, get it in the summer. It's usually going to be cheaper, okay? The main reason is companies, manufacturers, warehouses, whatever you want to call them, they've got all of this stock sitting there and they want it out of the way because they want room to store their summer stuff. So usually they sell winter stuff off in the summertime to get rid of it so they can have more space to stock things like barbecues, deck chairs, parasols, all that rubbish that people waste their money on. Okay, so that'd be my advice. Look around your home, look where the gaps are, seal them all up. Another thing that we realised in the old house, we had a little coal effect electric fire, but directly above it, there's like a little vent, and you can actually hear and feel the wind rushing down the chimney, ice cold air into the house. So that fire never got used because it was too expensive. We just used the gas central heating in that house. So what I've done was I got loads of newspaper, scrawled up into boards and stuffed it up in there. And that blocked out like 99% of all that ice cold draft coming in. So seal your home, do it before winter. Because like I said, I bet you a bottom dollar that all the idiots go rushing out winter time to buy all of this insulating stuff. And it's either going to be out of stock or the prices will go high because it's not much available. It's the same thing about food, okay? Too late, Funky. There is already a shortage on insulation. Um, Maybe, well, you want about loft insulation, because when I looked on eBay this morning, there's literally hundreds and hundreds of pages of insulation strips for your doors and windows. So don't be giving me that BS, okay? I've checked and I've seen it. So yes, if you want to do loft installation, that's another story. We're sorted where we are, so we don't need any of that. But if you do feel that you need to insulate your loft, I mean, you're absolutely right to an extent, because warm air rises, and if you've got a drafty roof, etc., which most houses have drafty roofs, you're going to lose a lot of heat. So make sure that if you can't get loft insulation, just use what you can. Okay, anything will do. Bedding, mattresses, newspapers, polystyrene is excellent. Roll mats, camping mats, whatever you can, put it on the floor in your loft. If you can't get loft insulation, it will absolutely help. Carlos, don't seal it too much, you'll suffer from condensation. Yeah, that's cool. But what we do is we always air the house. Okay. When I'm at work, my partner will literally open all of the windows and doors for an hour every day. If it's raining, we don't open the windows so much there, but we always air the house every day. Okay, even in winter, we've done it in the old house. We had snow down there, and we had all the windows and doors open. We put our coats on. We left it for a good half hour to an hour. Then we shut it all up, and yeah, we aired the house. No moisture, but no, that's a good point. Slave to no man, greetings. Hey mate, I've got your money from last month and this month. You did come up to see me, but I hid the money. Lee was close. It was just underneath some paperwork, but it was there. So yeah, come up whenever you can, mate, and you can collect some loot. That's all good. Right, here we go. Oh, someone's bashing vegans. Oh wow. Well, we'll leave that there, shall we? Everyone's going to be vegan in about 5 years, whether they like it or not. Right, let me see. What's this? Good to get candles in summer. Yeah, that's a good point. Very good tip. Like I said, anything you can think of which you're going to need in wintertime, try and get it in the summertime. I should imagine it goes across the board. Lee Patrick, hi, welcome. Look at this. My missus thinks I'm mad buying thermal underwear in July. If she would only listen. No, I'm serious. Get it, mate, because it's going to be cheaper than what it will be. A huge shortage on solid insulation. Solid. Oh, you're talking like Kingspan and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. I should imagine the reason that is because lots of van lifers are buying it all and sticking it in their vans. I'm only joking. Right. Wow, there's loads going on in the chat right now. Let me just see. If you can hit the thumbs up, that'd be awesome. 208 people in their chat so far. Right. Yeah, Moocher. Yeah. Well, all the time you can like take out all of the small game, you're good. But the problem you're going to have is when all the people from the cities go out there, they're not going to know which ones to take, and they're going to take all of them. There'll be nothing left. We're talking years down the line now. Okay. Do what my mate does. He actually breeds guinea pigs. Okay, they breed like crazy, and sometimes he just can't eat enough of them because they're breeding so fast. And yeah, they don't really need feeding, etc. So yeah, that's all looking good. So what we got now? 47 minutes. Right. I think we should go on to the emails. Okay. So let me see. Which one is this? Right. I'm not sure whether to read the guys' names out, but all I'm going to say is this one's from Lee. Okay. So let me see. Right. Email number 1. Hi there. I'm from West Midlands. The fuel prices where I live are fairly high at 189 and 199 for diesel. That seems to be what we've established earlier. And Chapel, hi. Food shopping. I tend to use Asda as well as local shops. And the food prices haven't changed that much, with about 45p added to my monthly shop. Wow, that's not much. However, now get this, you pet owners, dog food has gone up considerably. Okay, 90p a pack of 6 tins. Wow, that is a jump. Bloody hell. See, this is the issue. You know, all animals eat meat, and the price of meat is going crazy, or it's going to go seriously crazy. Okay. I tend to buy the own brands. Yeah, fair play. At Asda, and I bulk cook, which saves time and money. Yeah, do you know what? I used to do it years ago. Bulk cooking is absolutely wicked, okay? What I used to do is, like, when I've done that vegan thing for 4 years, I used to get a great big huge pot, and I just filled it up with veg, all of the stuff for going in the garden, loads of herbs and spices, made one big, huge stew. And what I'll do is let it cool down, put it into takeaway containers, and just chuck them all in the freezer. And every now and again, I just use those, mix it up with rice, with pasta, okay? And man, saved a fortune doing it that way, because you've only got to use the energy once, all right? Not like every time you have to do it. And I bulk cook, which saves me time and money. And Asda do have regular deliveries every week, as well as fairly large food storage area. Despite the energy price increase, I have a prepaid meter for my gas and electricity. Oh man, I'm so sorry. Do you know what? I know what that feels like. The house that we was in before that had those prepayment meters, and this was an average, slightly larger, 3-bedroom home. Okay, and my electricity bill right up until uh, when we moved here, which was October. So actually, going back before that, it would have been winter time because it was summertime. Pretty much, we moved right in the summer. It was probably about £50 a month for electric, and gas was about 100, give or take, in the winter. That was when you use those electric keys. Hello, welcome to the Pug Out. All right, Lee. All good. So yeah, which cost £96 every 6 weeks, which is an increase of £15, which isn't bad considering the situation nationwide. Yeah, it all depends on the size of your house, really. If you've got a little flat, that's a lot of money. I was quite fortunate to have my grandmother around when I was growing up, and there were skills that she taught me that were more relevant than today than they were back in 1913 when my great grandmother was born. Wow. Many thanks for taking your time to read my email. Kind regards, Lee. Lee, you're more than welcome, mate, because like I say, the more emails that I get, the more I get to share with other people and see what they can make of it. So yeah, Lee's currently paying £96 for a key meter every 6 weeks, and he reckons it's gone up £15 a time. So when you like add on that with this 90p extra just to feed his dogs, okay, there's a big problem. So any of you guys, Lurpak £9. Yeah, I did see. I think Ronnie, you posted that, didn't you, mate? Over in, you got it in Germany, but the photo was taken in the UK. So yeah, weapon collector Mike. Yeah, I was telling Lee about the quivers for the pistol crossbows, mate. So whenever you can find time, I know you're a busy guy like all of us. If you can send one over to the shop, we can check it all out, see what it fits, and you're thinking that's good. That could work out because again, a lot of people have been asking, do you sell quivers to go on the pistol crossbows? No. Guess what? He's a good guy who actually makes them, so fair play. So yeah, thanks for the email, Lee. Let's go to the next one. This one is, it's a spreadsheet. I thought you might find this spreadsheet useful. It helps me keep track of preps, what I need to buy, and prioritize my purchase. Regards, Alan. Yeah, Alan sent me this. I think it was an Excel spreadsheet, and basically what he's done is he's got all of his preps typed in with all of his columns, and he can like maybe print it off or just use it on the screen, and he can tick as he goes through it all. That's a good way of doing it. I think the problem most people have is finding the time to do that. We're actually struggling to find the time to rotate all of our food stock. Okay, there's a lot, and we want to make sure that all of the old stuff is brought forward. Okay, we just need to find time sometime to get that actually done, because there could be a danger of finding an old tin that's went out years ago. You open it up and it's gone off. Okay. People seem to think that all tin food will last forever when it doesn't. Okay. We found recently that a tin of mushroom soup that was out in January this year, we opened it and the bottom of the tin was very slightly rusty, which is a bit of a concern. We opened it and it came out like a big rubbery block like you would get out of Campbell's condensed soup. Okay. So I just smashed it around a bit in the pan, heated it up, and it tasted fine. But I'm thinking, well, if that's only like 6-7 months out of date from a tin, it does make you think, all right. So, but like I said, like salted meats and stuff like that, they should last donkey times. But it's usually dairy stuff, which doesn't do well in tins. Okay, so take heed of that. If you've got lots of dairy products in tins, don't let them go more than 6 months past their date on a tin if you can. All right. I want you to rethink a lot of things if you finding out this now. Okay. So the next one we've got is, let's have a look at the next email. This is from Phil. Okay. Hi, Funky. The Warrington Guardian reported a convoy seen going down the M6 the 20th of June on Tuesday. Hold on. Say this again. It doesn't make sense. It said going down the M6 June 20 on Tuesday, June 28. Campaigners believe the convoy was transporting nuclear warheads between atomic weapons establishments in Berkshire and the Trident nuclear weapons system base in west of Scotland. Wow. Does anyone know anything about that? Nuclear warheads being transported. Now, I do believe, I worked for a company a long time ago, can't go into the details because of the Official Secrets Act. It's basically just making torpedoes, and they were going up. I can't remember the name, it was in West Scotland, and there is a nuclear facility up there. So, yeah, that could be a bit crazy news if that's actually panning out. So, here we go. Now, this is an important email, okay? Now, I want to ponder on this email for quite a while, okay? Because I really want to get your guys' opinions on this, all right? Because I believe it's a really, really good, important email, okay? So Eddie's been looking at off-the-shelf meds, okay? So when you go into pharmacies, etc., it's the stuff that's not on the shelves, it's behind the counter. And, you know, I think some, not all of them, you need prescriptions, okay? So, and here we go, off-the-shelf meds and hospital accident and emergency waiting times in mind, all right? So a lot of the meds are made over in the EU, in Europe, and supplies, imports, I think supplies imports are reducing. And also the price is rising rapidly on many over-the-counter meds. So if anyone has noticed any differences, I mean, look at this, right? I bought this today because I bought a small box, which would last 24 hours. That would run out, and I didn't want to be in pain tomorrow with this stuff that I've had in my mouth, or the stitching and stuff going on. Now, there's 32 tablets in there, okay? That cost me nearly £10, £9.80 something, I think it was. And that was in Boots, in Bilf, Wales, okay? Now, I do believe that this brand is very expensive anyway because they are really good, okay? If you want some good pain relief, these are pretty much not too bad at all. And you have to get them over the counter. You can't just buy them on the shelf, all right? So, yeah, nearly £10. So I've witnessed that myself with my own eyes today. So which makes this email even more poignant, okay? So here we go. As for prescription medication, I found that several meds are on back order due to alleged manufacturing problems, if you can believe that. More like putting on hold certain products coming to the UK. Now that could be plausible, okay? Eddie was wondering if anyone else has similar problems with routine medication. So if any of you guys who rely on medication, okay, repeat prescriptions, that sort of thing, have you noticed any delays, quantities, different packaging, different manufacturers from what you usually get? If you've noticed anything like that at all, can you please put it in the comments now? Put it in capital letters so everyone can see it quickly. And I'll have a little read through that in a minute, okay? Because that's really important. If any of you guys are noticing similar things as well, anything to do with medication that you're on, there's been a delay. Maybe you get 100 tablets a month. They've knocked it down to 80. You can get another 20 next week. All that sort of thing. If any of you guys have noticed, or you know of anyone who has told you that this has happened, almond, CBD, and weed. But no, joking aside, no, I've tried that CBD stuff, and I'll tell you what, it's really good, and a lot of veterans use it. It seriously helps, okay? But you do have to find some good stuff. There's a lot of rubbish out there, so really, really do some research if you want to go into CBD. All right, let me see. Also, Eddie was saying, and has anyone been to emergency department in a local hospital recently? So if any of you guys, have you been to A&E within the last week or two? He says, what is there? There is still a huge waiting time and ambulance services are maxed out. Yeah, do you know what? I remember before we moved up here, you know, my son was regularly going into hospital because he's got lots of problems, and I don't really want to talk about all of them online. But yeah, had a lot of issues, and luckily since we moved there, because mainly down to the air quality, his symptoms have improved big time. Okay, but what I do remember, every time that my son got a cold, just a bog standard cold, it invariably end up in a children's ward, sometimes up for a week. Okay, and it was scary times. Uh, yeah, one occasion, it's hard. One occasion we nearly lost him. All right, so it was very serious. So a lot of people think, oh, kids they always catch colds and that, but for my son, he really did suffer. Okay, and his lungs, etc. It was really bad. So I never forget that time when I had that phone call, and I didn't give a shit. I drove as fast as I could from work all the way there because that was a bad time. So I have witnessed going into children's wards and A&Es and stuff, and it's been actually overrun. And we're talking, I don't know, from 2019 up to 2021, early on in 2021. All those A&E departments were a nightmare. So what's it like now? Has any of you guys been to any of them recently? Can any of you say what you've seen? That would be good to see. Let me see what we've got here. Wow, this is interesting. All right, let me double click this one. Now, I don't usually do stuff that's outside of the UK, but I feel this is interesting nonetheless, because what tends to happen in other countries invariably end up coming over here in the UK. Yeah, I will be going through the chat about the hospital stuff in a minute. I just want to get all of these emails up and then I can scroll through. Okay. Oh, sorry, just thinking of my son there. That was a bad time. He's asleep upstairs at the moment, so. Right, I thought we'd send you a short update on the situation in Holland. Might be of interest to you. Fuel. There are so far no problems with the supply of fuel. Prices remain high. I live in the border area with Germany. The situation is still insane. Across the border into Germany, Euro 95 fuel, so that's 95 octane or whatever they want to call it now, so basically 5% ethanol, is often not available. So if you've got one of them posh cars that need the clean petrol, you're shit out of luck. That's not good at all. Since Germany lowered taxes on its fuel, the difference price between Germany and the Netherlands is so significant, around 35 cents a litre, which caused a run on fuel. It's still ongoing. I added a picture. Yeah, I've seen that, which I can't put on here, unfortunately. Situations we see at the pump. Yeah, big queues. It's a nightmare, apparently. So that's been going on in Holland, stroke Germany, right on the border. Farmers protest. Now, I looked into this earlier, and in actual fact, it was on my notes, which I haven't read out yet. God, I shouldn't have had a curry so near dinner, so near Livestream. It's repeating like Coronation Street. Here we go. The Dutch government is passing a law that forces farmers to reduce their ammonia deposits around sensitive areas. Wow, how liberal is that? This, however, would mean that around 40% of all farmers have to cease their business. Can you imagine that? 40% of all of the farmers stopped. That's it. What do you think that's going to do to the food supply if it's not in chaos already? Wow. This has sparked massive outrages and protests and civil unrest. The law itself is highly controversial, but it does make more sense that we see through the lens of food sabotage. Yeah, I agree. Totally 100% agree. None of this is coincidence. All of this is planned. Okay. Farmers have this week blocked highways and large distribution centres for the larger supermarkets in the country, resulting in empty shelves. Also, protests were held at the minister's house, where they broke through a police blockade. Oh, wow. And there's a video there, or I can't really show that. Last week, I've seen a video, right? If any of you not seen this, hunt around for it. Is probably trying to get it taken down, but it might still be up on YouTube. There is a video of this tractors and a couple of police cars blocking one road, and some of the tractors were stopping, and the police, they couldn't block two roads, they could only block one. And one road, this tractor drove past slowly, past the police cars, nowhere near anyone else, and the police pointed their pistol and shot at this kid. It's a 16-year-old driving this tractor. They shot at him. And I'll tell you what, it wasn't until I saw the footage after where the bullet hole, right, if any of you know what tractors look like, the frames are about like 2 inches, okay, like plastic metal, like this, okay? And then obviously the driver is sat just inside of it. The bullet actually went into that strip. I suspect it missed, it was about head level. It missed that guy's head by about that much. So I can't believe this. You know, there's a police officer like this, parried his weapon, and he fired, and he missed his kid's head by 6-7 inches. I mean, that video, right? If it hasn't been taken down, it needs to go viral, because people need to see what the police are absolutely doing here. Okay. Now I go on to read. Okay. At first they claimed that they said the farmer drove into the police. Okay. And the video shows, however, which I've seen, it's total BS. The police officer who fired the shots is currently on forced leave. Okay. So that's for his own safety. But it's only a matter of time before people find out where that police officer lives. And I suspect he hasn't got long to live now, based on the severity of the situation. Like I said in other videos, you know, when people get hungry, when people get desperate, they do crazy things. And when they see police firing at unarmed citizens, at 16-year-olds driving a tractor, missing his head by 6 inches, there's no way that that's just going to be brushed under the carpet. Not a chance. The situation is still evolving, not in a good way. More food shortages ahead, as you can tell. They are just as mad on this side of the pond as they are on yours. Wow. And that is from Sumer. I'm butchered your name. It's Seumer. Swemmer. So yeah, thanks for the email. That was, when I actually saw the video, I was shocked when I saw that. Seriously crazy. News just in. This was earlier. This is from a good friend of mine, Paul. He lives out in Canada. I really feel sorry for you living in that country, because the government over there is absolutely in the pockets of the WEF. Okay, and until the citizens of Canada rise up and absolutely oust the government, I could use other stronger words. This is going to get unbearable out there. So, yeah, I think countries all around the world are waiting for a crisis point. When things get so bad, they're trying to disarm everyone out there, and they're trying to make all these stupid rules, all of this LGT, whatever it is. You know, it's just shocking. It's disgrace. But yeah, if it carries on and gets worse and worse and worse, I predict a riot, as some rock band once said. Canada. Canada-wide outage today. One of the largest carriers, so I'm guessing it's network, mobile phone. Some people got cell networks. Still have 2 working CB radios and 3 Bofengs in my inventory of comms. We are too vulnerable. So it says here, but this is Reuters, okay, which supplies all of the mainstream BS. So whether or not this is true, it's saying it is. There's a phone and internet outage for one of their major suppliers in Canada. So how long that was down for, I do not know. There's a little bit of info underneath, a little tag on there. Meanwhile, reports of the outage have piled up on an outrage tracker webpage, with complaints coming in from coast to coast. Over 15,000 Rogers users in Toronto have submitted a complaint as well. So Rogers, I'm guessing that's the name of the network provider. Blimey. Latest one in. This is coming recently. Sharon, hi honey. Let me see. Right. Here we go. Right. So Sharon, she's recently new to prepping. I would advise whatever you do with your money, spend it wisely. Okay. And I'm not going to have a go. It's not nice, but you know, when you spend a lot of money buying things to make the house look nice, the way things are looking, I think you might need to rethink your strategy there and seriously go for things that you need. Food and ways to keep warm. Okay. Roughly how many candles? Hold on, let's say, how many candles should we get roughly to get through a winter for a family of four? Blimey. Well, it depends really. If you just want, if you've got a power outage or you can't afford the electricity and the power's out, if you're not just for lighting, you don't need that many. But if you need it for heating as well, you're going to need a truckload. I've just seen in Aldi, we're doing really cheap sleeping bags this week. I think I've seen on a leaflet £15. What sort of ones is best to get? I would say, if it was me, thanks very much for your donation, Beach Hut Man. Get yourself a couple of shit at the fan beers. Thanks, but I'm going to give all of that money to the Gurkha fundraiser that we're doing now. Thanks ever so much, though. I've been on antibiotics and I'm on these pain meds, so yeah, if I have a beer, I'm going to be all over the place. So yeah, after the live stream, I'm going to have a beer, 100%. Why not? Okay, sleeping bags, right? Okay, so if you're new to this and you've got no sleeping bags in your house, which I advise everyone at least have one sleeping bag per person, you want to get the warmest sleeping bag possible. 4 season. Some people say 5 season. I don't know why, because there's only 4 seasons. You want to get the thickest, warmest ones you can. The best ones that I can recommend are the British Army Arctic sleeping bags. Okay. Now you want to get new, if possible. If not new, really, really good condition. And I'll tell you for why. Because a long time ago, when I started doing all of my solo camping out in the middle of the woods on my own, the first one I'd done, I took a really crap 2 season sleeping bag, and it was February. I froze my giblets off. I'm not going to lie. So if you can imagine people who really feel the cold, they're at home, and it's a really bad winter, which I think it's going to be a cold winter, snow, etc. You know, a good sleeping bag is so important. Now, this isn't a plug, but we happen to have quite a few at the bug out. They're only like £50 or so. But I'll tell you this much: if you get a new one, which we've actually got new ones, they're hard to get. They seriously will keep you warm. You can sleep in there with no clothes on, okay, in any temperature. They're absolutely amazing sleeping bags. If you can't afford £50, shop around, do what you can, but you have to make sure that it's a 4 season sleeping bag, okay? Don't get a cheap one, which is only good for spring and summer, okay? Because come winter, you'll freeze. You might be okay if you was to use that underneath a duvet as well. That would probably be fine. But if it's just a sleeping bag, the bouncing bomb. Oh God, yeah, do you remember those? That's exactly what I would recommend. As far as the candles, it it's hard for me doing this. You know, I'm going to speak a bit from the heart here. Like most of you know now or by now, I actually woke up literally from all of the madness back in 2008. Okay, and I spent 4 years solid, heavily researching into why things are how they are and how things are how they are. So after 4 years, I'll come to the conclusion that I felt I knew enough of what I needed to know, um, what's been happening, how it's been happening, and roughly when all of this stuff's going to come down the road. So I thought I could carry on researching and finding out exactly how hard I'm being shafted. So I thought, no, like I said, I felt I knew enough at that point after 4 years, and trust me, you know, no TV, no going out, just constantly researching into how the world is right now. A lot of people are waking up to it now. So I've had all that time since 2012 when I started prepping seriously. Okay. I started really 2011, but I didn't start making YouTube videos to 2012. So I've had over 10 years of prepping. Okay. I've had 10 years testing kit, trialing kit, stockpiling food, rotating food, vacuum sealing, I've learned loads in 11 years. And it's got me to where I am now, where I'm quite confident that we're going to be okay if we had a grid down for, say, 6 months. Okay. We would probably be fine where we are. Okay. We're self-sufficient as far as water goes here and cleaning water. Hey, Bjorn. How you going? Bjorn's in the house, everybody. Say hi, Bjorn. How's it going, brother? So, yeah, speaking from the heart, I've been prepping seriously for 11 years plus. Okay. Now, like I said, I'm fully confident that we're going to be okay regardless of what goes on. And my partner, I've got her into prepping and she's doing really well. Okay. She's excellent, actually. And she's had a rough time. So she knows from life skills how things change really quick, and she knows how to see the signs when things go bad quick a lot better than I could because of the situation. Okay, so bear that in mind. I've been prepping for 11 years. I'm getting I'm getting emails like this from people who haven't been prepping for very long at all, and with all of this crap coming down the road, I really don't know what you guys can do, because time is seriously running out. And I'm not saying this to scare people. I'm just being honest. Okay, like I said, it's taken me so long to get to where I am. Okay, built up a big network of friends globally, sharing hints, tips, information, food, weaponry. Things to purify water. Solar. It's taken a long time to get to that point. So people right now who are starting to wake up now, and there's a lot, okay? And I'm not just saying that. This is speaking from the heart. This is true. From the people that I've seen in the shop that I work in, the messages that I get from people all around the world on Telegram, on Signal, on Wire, on emails, on Instagram, on YouTube, on my phone, all of these people are waking up and telling me, what do I do? Where do I start? And, like I said, because I've got a strong idea what's coming down the road and how long it's going to be, I just think, unless you can find like 30,000 quid and get everything that you need in, say, a month, I don't know what you're going to do. And it breaks my heart to say that, okay? But you have to, no matter how bad that sounds, you have to try and be positive. Okay, you have to do something. That's the main thing. You have to do something, even if you just get 1 month's worth of baked beans, which are 20p a tin. It's something. Okay. I really do feel sorry for you guys waking up now. It's been hard for me because, like I said, I spent 4 years researching, and I mean solid research. Okay, so all of you idiots that says like oh, source or give me the link, up yours. Big style, do it yourself. It's taken me 4 years. Okay, you want to fast track 4 years? Tough. You got to do what I done. You got to do years worth of research. You got to figure out what's going on, where the angles are, who's behind this, and what's planned, the time frames. Okay, it's taken me a long time to realize this. And doing my YouTube stuff, I mainly focused on what to prep, okay, and hints and tips and my failings, etc., with learning survival skills, etc. I've learned a lot, and I'm passing that on now as a job, which is awesome. But it takes a long time. It really does take a long, long time. And like I said, I never really spoke on YouTube of the reasons why I prep. I've just said this is what I believe is coming. And like I said, when I was on the telly, it was civil unrest and the fall of the economy, both which I still believe is going to be happening. I can't tell you when, but it's the way things are going. It's a lot sooner than I thought. Okay, so it's looking pretty crazy out there, and I must admit. So it's very hard for me not to say why I'm prepping, because what is happening globally, if you don't have a bad feeling about what's going on now, then there's nothing I can say which will make you change your mind. Okay, there's nothing. It's too late. Yes, there's bad stuff coming, and it scares the hell out of me. If I was single on my own, I wouldn't really give a toss, to be honest. I really wouldn't give a toss. Man, I ain't afraid of dying. None of you should be too. Okay, it is what it is. Everyone's born, everyone lives, everyone dies. That's how it is. But the thing that makes it hard for me is I'm a parent now. Okay, and my 4-year-old son's upstairs. Now, in a perfect world, I wish I could click my fingers and he'll be 18 years old with a shed load of knowledge and strength behind him. But, it's hard because I can see what's coming and I roughly know how long it's going to take. And it just makes it really difficult. Okay. And there's a lot of people in the same situation. A lot of people have had kids recently. So, yeah, it is a scary thought. So when I see emails from Sharon saying, she doesn't know how many candles to get, I mean, wow. Luckily for me, years ago, like I said, I'm fortunate to have woke up when I did because it's given me all this time to prepare and get everything years ago. I haven't needed to buy anything. I haven't needed to buy candles for like 10 years because I remember getting them from auctions. Get this, and this isn't rubbing it in. This is just a weird way of the world, okay? I got a box which was probably, you could probably fit, say, I don't know, 60 albums in there, like a 12-inch box, okay? 12-inch square box, and it's full up with candles. And I got all of them candles for £5 at an auction, okay? £5. Can you imagine how much it would cost to buy all of that now, say, a supermarket, okay? And the beauty of it is, a lot of these candles are vintage candles. So lots of them are made with beeswax and strong paraffin wax, so they burn for a lot longer. The new cheap candles you get now, you light it and it says 6 hours, but I guarantee you it's done in 3. Okay. So yeah, it's an impossible question, Sharon. I'm really sorry, but how many candles would we need to get through winter as a family of 4? I would shop around. I would go. Bloody flies in here. It's summertime. I would shop around them. I would go on eBay. I would go into charity shops like crazy, and I would just keep your eyes peeled and try and get as much as you can. The good makes of candles are going to be Prices. Prices were made in England for a long, long time. I believe they're made in India now, but under the same ingredients, the same processes that were done in the UK. So the only difference is, to my knowledge, it's exactly the same process, but done in another country. Price's candles are excellent. In actual fact, Lee sells them in the shop. No plug, I'm just saying. So, yeah, that's crazy. Scary one, Sharon, but yeah, it is what it is. So, that's going through the emails. What else have we got in here? Yeah, the stock market. That's looking crazy as well. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch over to the chat. Now, I remember when I asked earlier on about the problems people were seeing in hospitals and all that sort of thing. I'm just trying to see. I wish you guys would put questions in capital letters. What's this? Yes, this is. Read also that our gas in Germany. Oh, they're talking about. Okay. Right. Let me see. Oh, I can't even find where all these things. Supermarkets. Hamburgers, Lerpa. Oh no, I think it was after that. Sorry, bear with me, guys. Kenneth Mackey, thanks for that donation. I've just seen it on there again. Yeah, if anyone can donate any money, there's a link pinned at the top comment and underneath in the description box. PayPal is where it's at because the Gurkhas, they get 100% of all of that money. Even if you just put £1 in there, okay, it will add up. If lots of people put £1 in, okay, it really would help. And then when we get up to the £1,000, I'm going to do an announcement as soon as I possibly can to say that's it, no more. It's all good. So we're talking about heating. I can't find anything about any medication messages on here. Here we go. This is from Long John. I've got about 10 wool blankets from charity shops. Yeah, same here. And it's weird because when I looked at them, the vintage one, I think the most I paid was £2 for a blanket. And when you look on eBay, them vintage ones, they're going for like £70. So really good. Well, like I said, I've done all this ages ago. And when I told people about all of this ages ago, there's hardly any charity shops with decent wool blankets now. So, Right, let me just scroll down. I remember seeing some of these comments. Uh, yeah, bubble wrap the windows. Yeah, that's a good tip. In actual fact, that reminds me. There's a lady on here, and she gave me an idea. When I was doing security work last year, I was struggling to sleep in the daytime when it was summer because it was so bright everywhere. And what this lady suggested, here it is, metallic reality. She actually said that you can get bubble wrap, which is foil. Okay, so it's silver both sides, and it's relatively cheap. They use it for insulation. Was it like a roof insulation or something? I can't remember. But what I actually done was I actually measured my big window in my bedroom where I slept when I was working nights. I cut a piece out. You get it on a roll really cheap from Tool Station. It wasn't. It was about £10. This huge big roll, very very inexpensive. Cut a big section out, put it on there. I got some sniper tape, went all the way around the UPVC window frame, sealed it on there so it's completely sealed. And when I drew the curtains, I'll tell you this much, not one speck of light got in. Okay. So when it comes to winter time, that absolutely will keep the heat in. And like Carlos said, every now and again, make sure you've got a bit of ventilation because you'll get condensation. Okay. So absolutely what I would do when the sun goes down in the winter time, just get this bubble wrap, stuck it up there, tape it on. What you do is in the daytime, if you don't want it showing all the time, you can literally just sniper tape's great. You can unpeel it down. You can open the window and you can air the place. Okay, in the day if you're at home. When the sun goes down, when it's dark, just put it back up there, draw the curtains, put heating on, and it will keep a lot of heat in. That's a good tip. So you said bubble wrap. That reminded me about the silver bubble wrap. The reflective stuff's really good. You can buy that in Tool Station. It's absolutely wicked. Do crickets count as vegan? That's the dumbest thing I ever read. God, jeez. Oh, God. Vegan bashing. Bloody hell. It's almost like saying my cock's bigger than yours. Come on, guys. You're adults. UCO candles, they're good. Trying to find... I can't find any messages about hospital stuff or medications. God, there's so many messages in there. We've got 213 people in the chat and 186 thumbs up. So hit the thumbs up. That'd be cool. Do some research on dositation. Oh, okay. Not sure what that is. Oh, look at that. That's a good tip. I didn't know that one. Store candles in freezer to make them burn longer. Wow, really? I've never heard of that one before. I would do, but my freezer's cram packed full of chicken. There's no way I'm taking it out and putting candles in there. Well, don't worry about it. If it's winter time, I'll put them outside because it's bloody freezing outside in the winter time. Wool blankets. Yeah, good tips. Really good. Here we say. Homestead Oz. Now, I had here you go. Yeah, wicked. You guys, that was from Instagram, I think. I got a message from you guys, and you are on YouTube. I knew it. Yeah, wicked. Shout out to the homesteader guys in Australia from down under. I'll have a couple of tuies for you. Great. Oh, wow. God, you know, Australians always remind us we used to watch Home and Away years ago. And it was that, oh, God, Alf, wasn't it? What the flaming hell do you think you're playing out, you great Yahoo? You remember him? Oh, Australians, they kill me. Oh, look at this. I didn't see that. Hey, the Beach Up Man, y'all see that earlier. Only 2 super chats tonight. Wow. I think a lot of people paid for the Gurkhas last week, to be honest. But still, every little helps. That's good. I can't see anything. Oh. Canadian Prepper just said US cash machines are going down nationwide. Well, I'll take that as a pinch of salt, to be honest. But I did hear my friend, she's over in West Midlands, she said cash points are going down over there. That was last week. I've not noticed anything over here in Wales, but it's not to say that it's not going on anywhere else, of course. Stuck up on shrooms, great medication. Yeah, Luke, I'm looking into microdosing soon. That's supposed to be really beneficial, but yeah, I don't know where to start. Oh, there you go. I remember seeing that. Lee C. Wicked, he put a little picture of a little capsule, and that marks where I think talking about medication is. I take 14 different medication for heart condition, no problems yet. Bloody hell, 14 heart? No way. That's insane. Blimey, man, I feel, wow, bloody hell, that's mad. My mother has had trouble with getting meds for type 1 diabetes. Now, a good friend of mine, Dale, um, what's he called now? Weber Handmade. He keeps bloody changing. I keep telling him. It used to be Dirty Room Knives. He's a type 1 diabetic. And every time that I think about, because there will be shortages in diabetes medicine, that actually breaks my heart because I'm trying everything I can. I've sent him a few messages. There's herbal equivalents for insulin, okay, for diabetics. So yeah, really need to like look into alternative ways, okay. Yes, it may not be as good as what you're used to, but it might keep you going, okay, because that is scary. Oh, we go, not sure useful, but can buy 400 grams of cuprofen, 96 tabs on eBay for 10 quid. What's cuprofen? Cuprofen. I don't know what cuprofen is. It like Nurofen? Um, wow. Hold on, it's got Mark Mapston. All right, Mark here is he? UK Prepperman. Chris, hello mate. I've just seen you in there. Shout out to all the moderators, by the way. Thanks for keeping this clean. There's probably been a few idiots in here already, but it's always the same. You get lots of people, and there's always a few people. 223 people in the chat. Rock on. Here we go. Someone's put a message in capital letters, and I've just seen something pop up, and I know that face. Paolo is. Oh, let me just read. Hey, just to say, I'm busy at work. Keep up the amazing work, and we'll try to be on the next prepper meet. Oh, Paolo, man, it'd be awesome to see you next year. It's going to be in the middle of the UK, so it's going to be a lot easier for everyone. Thanks for the donation, sir. That's going straight to the Gurkhas. All right, that's awesome. Well, getting back to this before I forget, it says here, no reduction in numbers of my tramadol, but different manufacturers are being used the last 2 years. Wow, So, like I suspected, they've done the same with vegetable oil. Do you remember when you went to Tesco's? Lots of us will probably buy Tesco's own make or own brand of vegetable oil, sunflower oil, if you like that sort of stuff. People have been buying it for years. All of a sudden, there was none there, and as like it seems like an interim measure, there was like foreign ones, and I don't know if it's Polish or Lithuanian. I don't know what it was, but it definitely was not English. Okay, and that reminds me because if they're changing the brands on foods, very likely that would be on medication. And this guy is saying that 2 years ago it changed. Last month, I can't pronounce that. It's a Symbicort asthma inhaler shortage, but got them a couple of weeks later. Wow. Do you know what? We was really lucky because one of my son's problems was asthma. Okay. Now, what we used to do is we used to get X amount, and we used to get him every month, and he never went through them all. So what we've done is we stockpiled a amount of them, and is practically weaned off them now. So what I plan to do is to keep some back, just in case if he gets it again. But I will be holding other ones back to trade. So if anyone is really desperate and they need them, we can swap stuff, etc. Or if it's that desperate, then I'll just give them away for free. Okay. Anything is barterable. Like I said in other videos and other live streams, think about what people are addicted to. Okay. And that's not meant in a derogatory way as regards medication, but it's a different thing. But if someone's relying on something, whether they're addicted to it or it's a medication that they actually need, those things are good, solid, sound barter items. Okay, you can swap, you can sell, etc. And there's always going to be people that you're going to help because you had the foresight to get those items before they just run out everywhere and there was nothing. So it's always good to keep stuff in the community to help others. Okay. Oh, I don't know why. It's just zipped back for no reason. Right. Okay. It's looking pretty mad. Wow. Yeah, there's not much else as regards medications and stuff. No bottles of X-Lax. I shit myself laughing. Oh, dude, really? Oh dear. Uh, Tesco today, big soup, £1.40. No way. Really? Jesus, wet. Uh, what's that? Solpadol is back to the cheaper alternative. Wow, Jennifer, that's good news. Tramadol, we saw that already. Shrooms, yeah, I've got to get into some shrooms, definitely. I noticed more ambulances flying past lately. Yeah, we've seen a few more than usual as well. What else is there? Oh, wow. What's this? A 13-hour wait for their brother at accident and emergency at QE. I'm guessing at Queen Elizabeth at King's Lynn. 13 hours waiting in no way. That's insane. That's shocking. Right, let me see. I think Farmer will say shortage in meds. Yeah. Apart from the poison. Yeah. Prometheus Pockets. Yeah, yeah, it's good. One of the decisions to move from the shitty south of England with all that pollution to beautiful clean air Wales was to sort his asthma out, and it looks like it's worked, which is great news. Um, Here we go. Polar Reds, blood pressure meds. Herbistatin have been reduced by number of tabs in the pack. Where I am anyway. Prescription price has stayed the same for the pack. Oh, so that's shrinkflation. So you're paying the same, but you're getting less. That's not good for blood pressure. Wow. Well, it's the same old. You've probably heard it yourself. They're just advised, stay away from stress. I mean, that's crazy considering what's going on. There's stress everywhere out there, right? Stop smoking or cut back smoking. Don't drink. Don't eat high fat, high sugar foods. Exercise. That's all you can really do, really. Um, yeah. Thanks, London girl. Is doing great. Thanks. Hmm. What's this? I have had no contact with a GP since 1012. Wow, you're old. 1012. Wow, you must be from the Norman era. You probably mean 2012, you muppet. uh, I get ill, I have to treat myself or wait it out. Sauerkraut is a great source of probiotics. Yeah, sauerkraut's great, but I'll tell you what, it bloody stinks. It's like really bad breath from an old person. Feed your immune system. Yeah. Do you know what though? Joking aside, you're absolutely right. Yeah, I've not really had to see a doctor as well. I prefer to sort myself out, unless it's really serious, and I'll go in an ambulance to A&E for whatever reason. But apart from that, no, I agree. I'm exactly the same. If you can do without all of that nonsense, you're going to be better off, okay? And also, in the times that we're heading into, it makes sense to actually get on top of all that stuff now. So, okie dokie. So that's pretty much it. Wow. Peak oil. Yeah. That's another thing about oil that people don't realise is when they drill for oil, they hit a well, they tap it, they get all the oil out, and they go away. Come back in 10, 15 years later, guess what? That well's full up again. So when they say that they're running out of oil on that, it's complete BS. All right, it absolutely is. It's proven. It's been debunked. All right, oil just keeps coming back, and it always will. All right, it's just another way of their controlling. Right, so let's go. Bjorn in the house. That's awesome to see. So yeah, time to go. It's been 1 hour 40 minutes, and I've got lots to do, and the pain's coming back. So I need to take some more of these bloody things. I might wash it down with a nice bottle of beer. Float on. So yeah, thanks ever so much for everyone who's donated in the PayPal. Like I said, there's a link pinned to the top of the chat. It's not too late to donate now if you want to, and it's also in the top of the just underneath the video, shall I say. The YouTube, sorry, the PayPal email link is there. So if you want to donate, that's awesome. If you want to do super chat, it's absolutely wicked. If you're watching on replay, you can't do the super chat, but I really would be really grateful if you can put some money into the PayPal account, and that will just get transferred straight into the Gurkhas when I'll get that £1,000. Okay, so you're doing a good thing. They're good like them Gurkhas, they seriously are, and we're nearly at that £1,000 mark. So thanks ever so much for everyone who's donated. Thanks so much for you moderators out there. All of you honestly are beautiful people. I can't thank you enough for policing this, because it's just impossible for me to read everything, as you can appreciate. We've had well over 200 people in here tonight, and there's been a lot of information going in there. So if any of you guys are watching now on the replay, thanks very much for spending 1 hour 45 minutes or so of your time going through the chat and looking at the information, taking notes, making notes of the channels who have made the comments so you can contact them in some way. If you can't find them on YouTube, have a look on Instagram. Most people on here are on Instagram as well. If they're good people, they'll have the same username. If they're not, you're never going to find them. So I always advise, if anyone's on social media, keep the same username on all platforms. So if anyone finds you on one platform, they can find out how to contact you somewhere else. Okay. So thanks ever so much for everyone for making this community real. There's bad shit coming down the road, and we need each other. Okay. You can't rely on the sheep out there. It's too late for them. They're gone. Forget them. It's all about us now. Okay. So all the information that you're putting in the chat is extremely important. All right. So thanks to everyone who's taken part in this and made this what it is. Seriously appreciate it. Enjoy the weekend. Try to find some time in nature. Okay. No matter how busy you think you are, just give yourself some time for yourself. All right. You need to get in the zone and unwind, turn your phone off, get away from all that crap. It's good for your head, because you're going to need it. Okay. Thanks for watching. Stay funky.